Hello and welcome to this little video. I just want to share this little fun project I gave myself that involves this little USB radio, which is a speaker. It's just a USB speaker. And on the side, you can see it takes USB and micro SD cards. So you can put your content on there and switch it to Bluetooth micro SD, and you could listen to your content, which is pretty cool. And I love the retro look because of the purpose of why I got this little speaker. And that's for these things right here. Basically, old time radio shows, mainly mystery anthologies. There's no like Jack Benny in here or comedy shows. It's mainly the spooky horror stuff. And that's kind of what I like. My original idea was to take all these different shows and put it on one, either a USB stick or one 32 gigabyte SD card. The problem was I have over 5,000 shows here, and the only way to navigate is going next, next, next. And that's not really doable. You can't divide these into folders, which was my original thought. And I thought there might have been a shortcut to skip folders and then play the files basically within those folders. You can't do it with these. So I had an idea. I had a bunch of little micro SD cards and adapters. Basically, I just divided them into their own little shows with these cases. And if you open it up, you can see the micro SD and the adapter, just in case one day I want to use a device that uses SD format instead of micro SD. So it's nice to have the physical, physical media. Now the problem is I have all these loosey-gooseys and I don't want that. So the second thing of the project I did was I had to make a box for it. So this is what I did. All right, so I found this old cell phone box I had in my closet that I was using to hold different things, and I realized, hey, I could use this to store all of my old-time radio physical media things that I've just made. And so basically I took the box, measured the front, top, and sides, and then opened up Illustrator CS6. This is an old version of Illustrator, and I came up with this design. So if you're curious on how I made this old-time radio fisheye effect, just go to Effects, Warp, and then under Arc, just move around the slider until you have a nice fisheye effect. Anyway, that's how I did it. I thought I would share that. So then I exported each panel as an Illustrator 8 file. For some reason, you have to do that if you want to import it into Maya 2016, which is my preferred 3D package. And then you go to create and you say create Adobe Illustrator object, and I imported them and I extruded them about 2 millimeters. And then once I was happy with the result, I exported each panel as its own STL file, as you can see here. And once you export them, you import them into your favorite 3D printing slicing software. I'm using Cura. And yeah, I started 3D printing. I decided to 3D print them one at a time. Not one at a time, but kind of like a section at a time, just to prevent a waste of plastic. And here I'm doing a dry fit. And I kind of like the color pattern here. The gray and black looks pretty cool. And yeah, so I'm happy with the fit. Now, the only issue is there is a little bit of stringing, and this is very normal when it comes to 3D printing. You get this stringing or webbing, I'm not sure what you'd call it. And the solution to fix this is by using a lighter. And you just quickly take the lighter and you pass through very quickly. Don't keep it all in one spot. And that should take care of all the webbing and all the thin webbing and stuff. So I glued it onto the box. On the face, I used Gorilla Glue, and on the sides, I used a different type of glue called LePage because I ran out of the Gorilla Glue. And the Gorilla Glue worked fine, but the LePage, for some reason, created these frosted marks. But that's okay because I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a gray prime coat. This stuff is amazing. And it gives such a great even coat here. And as you can see, it's all primed the best way I could. Now there are some imperfections, like in the top corner here, and there's another one on the other side underneath the little design, the plastic design thing. That gives it some character. So here I am. It's all dry now in my airbrush booth, I guess you could say, in my basement. And I'm just going to be using, and every time I do stuff like this, I just use cheap paints. These are cheap $1.99 paints you can find at Walmart. And you just have to thin them down with some sort of solution. Anyway, here is a little Lazy Susan I was using. And I came up with, I wanted to make it wood, a cherry wood color. So I created this base brown, and I applied that, and I tested it here on the filter just to, yeah, it's like a muddy brown. It's not very cherry wood like. And yeah, it came out pretty good, gave it a good base, but I did miss the tops here. And so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And you'll see how, by using these little handles that I 3D printed for painting miniatures for board games and stuff. So I'm like, perfect, I'll just use that. Oops, pick that up. So now I want to start applying that reddish wood color. And I came up with this, and this is just made with, by the way, blue, red, and yellow, and adjusting various amounts of each color. So it's pretty good. So now I stepped it up a bit more by adjusting a little bit more reds and yellows, and hopefully this will give me that cherry wood look. And yeah, I kind of like this undertone. Now again, this is all undertones, and as you can see here, yeah, I kept a lot of the original stuff as well, so it's kind of layered. So next I'm going to darken it all up with some black paint, very, very, very watered down, so it's more like a wash. And as you can see, it starts to look like wood. This is one coat, and I let it dry for about 5 minutes because it dries very quickly. And then I applied another coat, and this is how it looks like. Yeah, it looks like wood. It looks like, you know, that old time wood. So now I'm going to take silver cheap paint, and I'm going to do a dry brush technique using silver. And I discovered this on another project I did, where it makes it look like shellacked. It's been, you know, it has sort of a shellac or a lacquer coating to it. And I also protected it with some hard coat Mod Podge. I also created another label, just like how I created the label for the individual shows for the back of the box. And here it is. Look at that. That looks exactly like old-time wood, like the furniture in your grandma's house or my grandma's house. And here it is with the sticker at the back. And I'll let you can pause and read it if you want. And you know what? I'm very happy with this project, and it looks great. So it looks even better on a shelf. So in the next video, I think I'm going to talk about the shows that I have in this box. So thanks for watching.